This is a Headgum podcast.
The recording has started. We're doing something different
red
today.
Light.
You see the red light? 5, 4, 3, 2.
And welcome to the morning show.
Incorporated. Kids Incorporated. Remember that show?
Did you have a video? Did you have a TV show at your school, in high school?
No.
Like the Hamilton High TV show?
It's insane that we didn't, because my school is very much in the arts. But we did not have like a morning announcement TV show type situation. But we had like actors go there and everything. Like it's crazy.
I know, it would have been lit. That would have been like a crazy record. Like if they had it for over the years, you could be like, oh, we've seen Shia LaBeouf, like all these people in the TV show in high school. It'd be a cool like throwback. Yeah, we have like I got some couple bits in the TV show at my school that I'm looking for. I'm gonna try to put some on the album. But yeah, it was a good TV show, you know. Centennial Nights.
Centennial Nights. My school was the Hamilton Yankees.
The Yankees?
The Yankees.
Oh, interesting.
The Hamilton Yankees.
I always thought it was interesting when
Alexander Hamilton.
I had a spicy chicken sandwich today from Wendy's, and I'm regretting it. But
do you like? Why are you regretting it?
My stomach hurts.
Do you like the spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes?
I do, but it's so far away. Where can I go? How can I find it?
From where you live? From where you live?
Yeah, what's the closest
Popeyes is far from you, because you kind of sit in the middle of like three. Like
I'm in like a food desert of like shit that's bad for me.
you're in a gentrified food desert.
Yeah, like I can't get like even the Chick-fil-A, I went Popeyes or KFC, like shit that I kind of be craving. I have to like really drive to go get that shit.
Where you live, you are forced to eat healthy, and I think that's a shame. And when I'm the mayor of Los Angeles, I'm gonna change that.
Because he is not a fraud and he's not a failure.
I'm not a fraud.
I tell you what, you should be mayor. I dare you to run for mayor. How about this? Now that's a good idea.
Mayor, go
I'll make a deal with you. If you can't, when we get to the last episode, if you guess incorrectly who Gossip Girl is, you have to run for mayor.
I have to run.
I'll be your campaign manager, and then we'll do the next podcast. Will be, instead of a rewatch, it'll be just us chronicalizing our campaign for mayor and see how far we get.
Rochelle says, I'm definitely going to have to run for mayor then, because I'm not going to guess it right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard. Like, there's no way. But, I mean, we're getting close. Like, and, like, I'm noticing the closer we get to the end of the show, it's harder for me not. Like, I see why people spoil stuff, because I'm like, the first few seasons, I don't really remember any of that shit. But now I'm, like, remembering stuff. So it's like, I'm having a hard time like talking about it without spoiling, so I got to be careful. So royalty, watch my back, hold me down. I ain't gonna spoil nothing. But
I feel like last week you got real close.
Yeah, I was basically about to tell you what's about to happen, but then I was like, oh, nah, can't do it. But I'll never. But I will say, as far as the Gossip Girl is concerned, even when I watched it in real time, I did not know who it was until the last episode. Like, even as a person just trying to figure it out. So I definitely was like surprised.
Here's what's crazy about this. So this episode jumped so far ahead. I thought I was tripping. I was like, oh, I'm tripping. I missed something.
Yeah. I thought I missed that too. I was like, what happened to the hospital shit? Or I also thought it was like a fake, like a dream or something. Like he was in a coma and we was like watching Chuck's dream.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was all fake. I thought everything that was happening was fake. I was like, wait, what? Why is this jumping this far wide? Like there was so much chuffa that we missed.
Yeah.
Writer's room term for you people out there. Chuffa. I think we already talked about chuffa.
Yeah, we talked about that. I brought it up in my class. When I taught the kids how to be in a writer's room. I was like, here's some terms y'all need to know. Chuffa. It was so funny too, because I was like, the problem with teaching a class is like it's got to be 3 hours long, and then because I'm making this shit up, I'm like, my worry is I'm running out of shit to teach or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're like, and it's still time left, and they pay so much money for the class, you don't want to just end it. And then I was like, I was like, all right, this day we're just gonna go over like slang words in the writer's room. Man, that shit took 5 minutes. Yeah. I was like, I got that. I was like, man, I told the class like that was supposed to go a lot longer. Man, they just had no questions about it. They're like, okay, that's what that means. Great.
That's how it be. That's how it be when I be teaching these workshops on the road.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because they have to be a certain amount of time because they're kind of paying for it.
Yeah, they paying for it, so it's got to be a certain amount of time. And I usually end up feeling that I usually let them just like go off. We do these drills. We do all these drills. Mm-hmm. Everybody goes into class. Sometimes people go twice, and I look at the clock, and it's been like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, man. You know what? We just got to do improv for the rest of the day. Like we just got to nail down the improv. Like,
yeah, be like we're gonna have the self-work time. Everyone go work in your own corners.
As you can see, we are not in the room together. We are not at the studio.
I was going to say, where are you? Yeah.
Right now, I am currently at my father's house. My father's house in Gulfport, Mississippi is where I'm at right now. My dad is in the garage with his neighbor. They're watching fishing videos. I stepped away because I had to work. And
nice.
After this, we are going to go to my cousin's house and eat rotel dip. Because that's what you do. What is that? Rotel is like a nacho cheese dip with like.
Okay.
You could put like different meats and stuff in it. My cousin puts ground beef in it.
Nice.
She always makes it when I come home. My stepmom makes me chicken tetrazzini, which we ate yesterday. I ate so much of that. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about stomach pain? There's so much cheese in that. And then today I go to my cousin's house. It's just like everybody's like, come over. I'm gonna cook for you. Tomorrow is steak with my uncle.
Oh, that sounds good.
I'm probably making those though. I'm gonna make the steak how we be making them because they don't.
Oh, like on that in that like that restaurant style, like
yeah. I'm gonna make that type of steak for them tomorrow and see if they like it. I told them I was like, y'all gonna have to be fancy since y'all want to roast me for living in California and call me the weird California kid. We gonna make steaks California style. Like we not just put them on a grill and burn them till they tough.
yeah. Medium rare, but that's funny though, because people always when you go back home when they call you Hollywood and shit, it's like, all right, you want to call me Hollywood? We gonna get Hollywood when I get. We gonna get Hollywood. How about that?
I'm getting some rose. I'm going to the grocery store getting some rosemary. I'm getting some butter, some already minced garlic.
Yeah. I'm hungry than a motherfucker.
I might reverse sear these joints. Go ahead.
What I was gonna ask you is, you said the Gulf Port. Are you guys close to the Gulf? Like that's pretty close. Is that why it's called that?
Yeah, we on the Gulf. This city is on the Gulf. This city is.
So you can see the water. Like how far would it take to get you to walk to the?
I could walk ocean in 10 minutes to the beach.
Really?
If you look at my if you look at my Instagram story, I went fishing this morning. We probably gonna go back again tomorrow morning.
You got muted. I muted you last week, but I'll check it out.
Why'd you mute me? What happened?
No, I'm just joking.
Like, what did I post that offended you?
No, I would never mute you. It is funny though when I look at the thing and I see like how like it makes you realize like when you go all the way back, like, oh damn, that person is. I still follow that person. Yeah, but you're just like they just been muted this whole time. Did you have any spotters while you was? I know you was on your flights out there.
I got two. I didn't hit the group chat with these because I didn't want to. You would have got this wholeheartedly. Okay. I got two spotters, and we got to do 2 episodes this week. But I'm not saving. I'm probably not gonna see nobody else. Like I am everybody's spotted in this city.
Right. So it's like a full event. Like Carl Tart is at the Gulf Port right now.
Yeah,
spotted. It'd be tight if we have a listener. I mean, it would blow me away if we did. But like, if there's a listener in Gulfport, Mississippi, and you see Carl this week, you gotta send that spotted in.
You gotta send it.
How shy you are.
Also, say something to me. Don't be weird. If you're weird, I'm gonna punch you. But definitely,
I'm gonna punch you. Will you punch people when you punch them in the chest or in the face?
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch him in the chest. You know, if it's a guy, I'm gonna punch him in the chest. If it's a lady, I'm gonna punch her with my words.
I'm gonna punch her with this cold shoulder. Yeah, it's freezing. So who did you see?
All right, you're gonna love this, Lamar. I am on a 7 a.m. flight to New Orleans, Louisiana. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I bought that flight so early and I bought it in time.
You saw Juvenile? Who you see? You see Juvenile?
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I would have gone crazy for Juvenile, but it's a 7 a.m. from LAX to New Orleans. LAX to MSY. The airport is called MSY, right?
Why is it called that, by the way? I
Googled it. It was a guy that used to run it back in the day. It's his initials.
Oh, okay. Like Tom Bradley or somebody.
Yeah. But now it's called the Louis Armstrong International Airport. But I get on the plane. In the airport, they call for first class. I flew this flight first class. A little bit of travel tip for the people out there. If you want to fly first class at a reasonably economical price, do the earliest flight you possibly can. If that flight leaves the airport at 6:20 in the morning, you got to take it. And also LAX to New Orleans is not a super long flight. I got on the earliest one because I wanted to sit in first class. Like the next reasonably price. Like if I wanted to take off at 10 a.m. and actually sleep that night, that would have went up like $1,000.
Wow, so interesting. Yeah. When also a quick question. Sorry, I got all these questions because I'm about to fly to New Orleans in a couple of days. But you couldn't find one out of Burbank, huh? It's hard. Was it hard? You had to do LAX.
No straight throughs out of Burbank unless maybe there's a Southwest that leaves like once a day, but that's not even. When I come home, I gotta go LAX. So
I was wondering that. I was like, am I doing this wrong or like I'm LAX too.
I parked at the parking spot.
The parking spot. I'll make sure I check on it when I go down there.
We got to
see if I can find your car.
We got to get a sponsorship from them because I use them every time.
Yeah, I'd love to do an ad for parking spot on this podcast. It'd be like, are you on your way to out of town, but you don't want to take an Uber to the airport? Yeah. The parking spot.
So I'm on the flight. We get in the first class, and there are two people. I'm leading with one because you, it's more anticlimactic. This one, it was cool for me. Both of them were super cool for me, but the second one's going to be really cool for you.
Okay.
So the second one I saw when I first stood up. I saw him in the airport, and I was like, oh, shit. Oh, man, we're on the same flight? That's cool. And we were in first class. I hope I'm sitting next to him. But then we get on the flight, and I sit down in my seat, and the lady next to me, shout out to this black queen, older lady, auntie style, starts talking to me. And then she goes, where I know you from? She recognized me from the show. That was pretty cool. But so she had to spot it. It was me. But sitting one row ahead to the left of me across the aisle is former NBA player and current basketball coach of current assistant coach of the New Orleans Pelicans, Jerron Collins.
Oh, okay. Now
you may know him. You may know him because you may not know him by name, but you may know him by story, because his brother Jason Collins was the first active NBA player to come out of the closet as gay.
That's right. I do know that. Okay.
And this is his twin brother now coaches.
They're twins?
Yeah, they're twins.
Oh wow. So they must have loved basketball then. But he ended up they played in high school too.
They both played in the NBA.
Oh, and he's just coaching now.
He's a coach now. They just retired recently. They both retired recently. But that one, so I figured that would be the one to lead off with. I was excited about that one.
Because I mean, that's kind of interesting, but But I mean, it makes sense on the way to Pelican, the Pelican Studios.
The next one, sitting in front of him, who I saw in the airport. And
so it's on the same plane.
In the same plane. And keep in mind, this is funny too, because Jerron Collins is like 6'10". He's a super tall guy. But sitting in front of him, comfortable in his big seat. Now, when the G's walked in and everybody froze, you in the club full of players trying to hide your hoes. Who raps that?
Wow, man, I'm like too excited. I can't. I have brain fog.
My favorite line of his. Now, I don't really hit the club, but tonight
Currency?
I'm making it. Yes.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Currency, the hot spitter, was on the plane.
You saw Spitter?
Currency was on the plane.
Now I feel crazy I didn't get that line. But, yeah, you were right. You know I was going to get excited about that. So he was on the flight from L.A. to...
He was on the flight from L.A. to New Orleans. He still... What's cool about him, and I think this is cool for like dudes like Larry June and people like that, like they stay in their hometowns and they just travel to LA when they need to. Currency lives here in New Orleans. Well, I'm not New Orleans.
Yeah, he's just like he has a house out there. He like just kicks it there. Yeah.
But he must have had to be in LA this weekend for something. because he was on my flight.
This weekend?
And he slept the whole flight.
Of the negotiating committee for WJ.
Yeah, he probably was part of the SAG negotiating committee.
Yeah, but you were right. That one blew me. I would have never guessed that though. I mean, I didn't I had figured it was gonna be a rapper when you said I'd be excited, and I was thinking New Orleans, and I was like, okay, not Juvenile, but maybe like Lil Wayne or somebody like that. But Currency is like, if I saw Currency, I would go crazy because that's one of my favorite rappers. And he does he is like out there. Like we could actually, when we go there, we could probably go to his he has like they call it the Jet Lounge. It's like a little vibe, like not a club, but like a place
Jet Life.
Kick it.
Yeah. Well, he slept. I would have said something to him because he definitely seemed like an accessible person to say what's up to. I ended up talking to Jerron Collins because while we were on the plane, we got the news that Drew Holiday got traded to the Portland Trailblazers and Dame got sent to Milwaukee.
He did? Damian Lillard?
Damian Lillard plays for the Milwaukee Bucks now with Giannis. So this is going to be a good season.
Oh, that's wild. Okay. Wow,
and we got that news during the flight. So I was walking to the bathroom and it popped up on my Instagram and he was up looking at it. And so I showed him my phone and he goes, yeah, man, we all talk about it in the group chat. I was like, ah. And so I got to talk hoops a little bit with him because he was like, man, I did not want Drew in the West. We got to and we started talking about that. I told him, I was like, I'm a Clipper fan. He said, you a Clipper fan? You got Saints hat on you? I was like, I'm from down here. But I've been in LA so long that made me a Clipper fan. But I got love for the Pelicans. Pelicans are my second favorite team. But I'm more of a Saints fan than anything. And so
that's
we
amazing.
Got
that's
to talk about
because we were talking about last week how to like approach people. But that's like a perfect like end. It goes like happen right there, like right in that moment where you talking to. That's cool. It don't even feel crazy to like bring it up to him.
And if Currency, like, I would have showed him if Wiz Khalifa got traded away from Taylor Gang, I would have showed my phone to Currency.
Yeah, like, and he would have been like, "Oh, we're going crazy in the group chat." Yeah. Also, I got to spot it real quick.
Oh. That's I think I know what you're talking about. Go ahead and say it.
You know what I'm talking you know what I'm talking about? So I was watching the game. I was watching the Kansas City game. I see Taylor Swift up there. Everyone going crazy. They talk about Taylor Swift and announcers is like, there's like, oh, there go Taylor again. And then I'm like, who the fuck is that right next to her? Yeah. And then I look and I zoom in, even though nobody acknowledged it. I was like, that's my girl Serena there.
Serena Vanderbilt sitting next to her. That's Blake Lively sitting next to Taylor Swift.
Kicking it.
I should have known that they would be friends. If anybody's going to be friends in this world, I should have known that it would be Blake Lively and Taylor Swift.
Oh man, I bet they're like a treacherous too.
I know. Oh man, for the people who don't know what we're talking about, and I think probably everybody knows about this now. Before you might not know what we're talking about, but I feel like everybody knows about this now. Taylor Swift has been spotted hanging out with Travis Kelce, and for the people who do the hack sports ball joke of like, who's Travis Kelce? Like, you're whack. It's a whack. It's a hack joke. I don't need you to know all his stats or anything like that, but that's Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because Taylor's bringing so much attention to this.
Yeah.
That even if you don't watch football, I think you know about this because on The View today, because I watched The View as well.
Yeah.
But they were talking
because you're a man of culture. You know who. You know who Travis Kelce is, and you know who Elizabeth has.
Right, and I know. Yeah, but they were talking about how the girls. There was a bunch of girls who were in the stands, but they spelled Travis Kelce's name wrong. But it was so clear they were there because they want to see Taylor Swift. But it was like they clearly were not there to watch football at all.
And that's an easy Google. That's an easy Google. All you gotta do is Google it. So the disrespect is whack. I just want to let you know. I'm not saying you gotta know who. I'm not saying you gotta now follow football or nothing like that. But you can know this man's name. I don't like when we be in a culture of stuff that we don't know, we may not know, or we may not be a fan of, and we disrespect.
Yeah.
Like I don't do that. I don't do that to anything. There's a lot of stuff that I'm not into. I can't tell you about a lot of things. But I don't disrespect it when it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I'm not like annoyed by it. Well, what I was gonna ask is like, is this distracting the team? I feel like they didn't play as well last week.
They did not play well last night. Even
though they won, but yeah.
They won on some bullshit. Let's just say that. The refs was in their bag last night for sure. There was a defensive holding call that got called at the very end of the game that was complete garbage. I'm not a New York Knicks fan. I mean New York Jets fan at all. But but I root for the underdog, and they won enough. And me and Travis Kelce are friends, by the way. You know this. We all.
Didn't he do SNL too? That's where I know him from. Yeah,
that's where I met him at.
He seems like a cool dude. Like even if you don't like sports, he seemed like a cool ass person.
We sang karaoke all night. People not gonna.
You told us that.
I haven't posted the picture. I'm not going to because that's not what friends do. None of y'all have ever seen me post a picture with Lamar because he's my friend. I'm just kidding.
And then I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot you did. That's the guy you hung out with. Dang. Yeah. So y'all was doing karaoke. You had no idea he was gonna be dating Taylor Swift later.
I had no idea.
He was singing. What if he was singing a Taylor Swift song?
He was singing. He was singing Style, and he goes, "This song is bullshit. I would never date this woman." So I texted him, and I was just playing.
So you fucking
Taylor Swift got a couple bangers on that new album.
Taylor Swift is dope. Yeah.
Rochelle, can you come in here, please? Rochelle, are you on the toilet?
Rochelle, are you there?
See, when we
get
do
some water real quick.
When we do Zoom, Rochelle likes to sit on the toilet the whole time. Rochelle, can you show yourself on the camera? There you are. All right. Do you like Taylor Swift? Yeah, you're not very sold on her. Okay. Well, that's enough. Thank you so much, Rochelle.
Yeah, thank you for your contribution. I can't this cat Carl. Wait, remember we were like riveting. That shit kills me. That's my favorite Tart moment. I mean, y'all have no idea what I'm talking about, but so yeah, but that was fucking Blake Lively. I just think it's funny how I'm like, because I'm already aware of the Travis Kelce thing with Taylor. I'm like, cool, over it, but. Watching it was just funny to me that nobody seemed to want to talk about the fact that Blake Lively was there, and I'm like, me as a person who does a podcast about Gossip Girl, I'm like, how come no one's talking about that? To the point where I had to look it up because I was like, maybe that's not her. Like, why are they not bringing this up? And I had to go look search and make sure.
I did the same exact. Her middle name is Ellender.
Ellender, like Ellender,
Ellender,
like
Ellender Roosevelt. And next to them was Ryan Reynolds. Is she go with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, they married. Yeah,
they married, right? Okay, yeah. So that's why she was there.
Yeah. Who is? I put that the stupidest question. I was like, who is Taylor Swift dating? like completely undercut the entire conversation we just had. I got this one. I'll do a quick user spotter real quick because this one's been sitting here for a minute.
Okay, we got enough. We got enough for our next episode this week too, though, right?
Yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, there's like a few of them.
Hell yeah. Been seeing, I'm sorry, users. I just been seeing so many damn people. And they all been on airplanes. Yeah. People be traveling out here.
Yeah, they going from place to place. You know what I'm saying? They like, we got to get out of our houses, y'all. You got to get out. We got to travel. I'm about to travel this week. We about to go to New Orleans, celebrate the homie. It's going to be a good time. I mean, look, if you're in New Orleans, I don't know where we're going to be, but if you see us, say hi. If you're a fan of us, and say hi. I'm sure we got some fans out there.
You'll see. I'll be donned. I'll be donning my gear.
Yeah, he's already rocking it right now. All right, so check it out. I work for a perfume brand in London.
Send us some.
Send us some perfume so we can smell good in the studio.
Yeah.
Next door to the Chiltern Firehouse, which is the sister hotel of the Chateau Marmont. Oh, dope. So they got a little sister hotel.
Chateau Marmont.
I didn't know Chateau Marmont had siblings.
Nice.
All right, so check this out. I serve many famous people on every level. As mentioned on The Gossip Kings, Tim Robbins with his partner, Harry Styles, Aziz Ansari, Paul Downs, the homie. No, I know him.
That's the homeboy.
Of Hacks, Kate Berlant, the homie, who's hilarious. Gave me house seats to her one-woman show after I gifted her some fragrances. Honey Dijon. You got a Honey Dijon flavor? Like fragrance? Oh, I gotta wear that. You be smelling like chicken nugget, like smelling tender.
You smell like Wendy's chicken nugget sauce.
Yeah, that would be fucking amazing. All right, and the list goes on. But also sit next to Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds at the Firehouse Ball having oysters. But more notable spotting was visiting in LA, and Carl walked past me and my friend Casey eating tacos in Echo Park, and I didn't say anything because I was shy, but I messaged Carl after very kindly and said, I should have said, "What's up?" A gracious king. Do you remember this person?
Should have said what's up. Should have said what's up. You can always say what's up.
Yeah, say it never makes us feel because we do this for the people. We don't do this for the money. I'm just telling you right now because there ain't no money.
There's no money in this.
We do it for y'all. So if you'll come up to us and tell us how much you love the show, that actually does mean a lot to us.
That's the currency.
I'm not even lying.
That's the currency. Back to my spider. That's the currency, the hospital. But you always can say what's up. And I just said this on a podcast recently, and they were like, that's the exact opposite of most internet people. I was like, I'm not an internet guy. Mm-hmm. I don't like a ton of discourse on the internet.
Yeah.
Unless you are a lady and you ladying and you like
and you DM and you sliding and
you slipping and sliding into the DMs and that's okay sometimes. But I prefer you to say what's up to me in person.
Yeah. I agree because I'm the same way. I don't like talking to people online. I don't like having conversations where I have to type things out. Because I don't like it, gives me stress. But if you see me, I'll talk to you all day. You can sit next to me at the bar. I'll just hang out with you.
Well, the thing is, we ain't gonna hang out all day. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, when people say that saying, like, I've never met a stranger. Like, that's how I am. I'll talk to anybody. But online, I don't want to sit and talk. I don't want to talk to you because you're even more of a stranger. Especially if your profile is private and your picture is of a cat and shit. I'm not finna talk to no cat. I'm not finna talk to no cat.
It is weird when I look at when I match with or not match, but like someone follows you and then you're like trying to think if you should follow them back, and then you go through their profile and it's just all animals. It's
all
like
cats.
No
it's like,
human picture. I'm like, I don't know if I can follow you. I'm like, I don't know who you are still. I feel like you're not showing who you are. You got to be vulnerable. You got to be a little more vulnerable than that.
This may lose me a few followers right here, but I got to be honest and true to myself. I'm not a person who wants to sit and look at cat pictures. My thing online that I like to see.
I like dogs, but
you like dog. You like to look at dog pictures. I'm more babies.
Yeah, I don't mind those.
I like seeing people.
Oh yeah, babies cool.
Babies are the cutest shit on the planet to me. And people be like, "That's an ugly baby." Nah, I think all babies are pretty cute. Like
how people
be like, "That dog." All dogs are cute. No, they're not. Some dogs are ugly as fuck. Like them dogs that be having like the crazy gray hair and the eyes be like crazy and they're having their tongue sticking out. That's an ugly dog. But babies, for the most part, are all pretty cute.
I got a hot take too. I don't mind seeing what people are eating.
I don't mind food either.
Old school and lame, but like I feel like there was a time where that was like played, like taking a picture of your dinner or whatever.
Yeah,
I think I have no problem with that.
I don't have no problem with
it. It tells me a lot about who you are.
Have I sent you any of the? This lady on TikTok makes bread that be like different colors, that sounds basic, but she made like she made a leopard skin bread. So she like
really
rolled the dough into different colors and she like roll it like to like a dark brown, or even darker brown, and then like the light brown. She like put it in the dough, roll the dough, put it in the bread pan, and it baked. Right. And she cut it, and the bread had leopard skin. And it was like,
that's amazing.
That's tight. It looks.
Please
tight.
Send me that. Yeah, please send me that. I don't think I've seen anything like that.
I sent it to the homegirl who be baking. I'll send it to you. But speaking of babies, we'll be right back after the break. And we're back.
What up? Yo, this episode was strange. Yeah.
It was a strange episode. She lost the baby. And that's what I predicted it. Everything that I predicted came real. I want to promise y'all I'm not watching ahead because this is fun for me. It's fun for me to not know shit. Okay, so I got a little friend that I chat with who lives in Washington D.C. and she's a big Gossip Girl fan. And I was like, please don't spoil anything for me. And she was like, well, have you got to this? And I go, please stop asking me these questions. I'm gonna block your number. Please stop. Yeah. She goes, wait, there's no way you're really watching real time. I go, yes. Why would I not be?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not.
I don't understand why that's so hard to believe. Like to me, it's like there's people who still haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, and I'm like, there's so much shit out there, and I would believe that they're watching it for real. Like it doesn't seem that way. It seems like a weird thing to lie about.
Let me make this perfectly clear, y'all. There's no way that I will ever watch this show again after we do this podcast. I'm done with it.
I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
I like a lot of parts of it. I like a lot of parts of it. I have a good time watching. I have a good time talking to my friend about it. This is not a rewatchable show for me personally. Not at this age. Not where I'm at right now. I'm
in my life with the things I got going on. In my life.
I'm a blue collar, so I'm watching this in real time, and it's fun for me to watch it in real time. Like literally, we are doing these episodes on Zoom. We got to do 2 episodes this week. I have not watched the next episode yet, and I could have today after I watched this one because I had nothing to do.
Right.
Because I was sitting here drowning in my dad's extra built-on bedroom. And I was like, I could just watch the next episode right now. But I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch it. I want it to be fresh. I want it to be fresh for y'all.
Especially right now where it's like there's a lot of shit happening. Like, this is a couple humdingers. We need to, Michelle, get your humdinger bell ready too. But yeah, I was confused, right? Like when we were talking earlier how when the shit started, it was just like, what the fuck happened? Did I miss like 2 episodes or some shit?
I thought I missed.
So I was a little lost at first.
Because I had to like find my passwords. I never watch Max on my computer. And so I only watch it on my smart television. My television is a genius.
So it's like you logged in on a different device. They don't like that shit. Don't like you logging in on a different device. They gonna do some research on it.
Yeah, a different device in a different state. Come on, man.
Yeah.
They're not.
Speaking of Max is gone. I don't know where he at.
Get his ass out of here. Max had to get the hell up out of here. But some shit finna hit the fan with that too.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see how that story ends. I don't want Max. I don't want Max to get in trouble. I know that sounds crazy because what he did could have killed some people, but I don't want him to get in trouble because he's gone through so much with Charles Dickens.
Yeah, it would be a shame to see like the end of his life is like him ended up in jail. Like he's like I didn't have to. This like all this has happened because of this person.
Exactly.
It's like I had a normal life before I met this person. Oh man, have you ever had someone say to you like, "You ruined my life"? Like, have you ever? I was thinking about that. Like,
no, I don't think so.
That's our next prop. Has anyone ever told you you ruined their life?
Yeah. Did we get any prompts about? Did we get any prompts about what we asked about?
We absolutely did. We got a few of them, and shout out to the people who sent that. I really appreciate your vulnerability, your honesty. A lot of it was like more like I regret. Like they didn't do any. They didn't go after the person. They just that person got married and they wish they said something, but they didn't. So it's like that. You're living in regret. You know what I mean?
That's good.
But
well, as promised, we're not going to talk about it on the episode. We're not going to talk about it here.
Right.
We will talk about it in private. So make sure you subscribe to our Patreon if you want to hear it.
Yeah. You will hear us like have all the hot takes on. Me and Carl will like discuss it in great detail.
We will not discuss it on the public. This is a free podcast. However, the one that you pay for, we will discuss it on. But to join the tiers, it's expensive. If you want to hear people's personal business, and also we got to get people to sign waivers that we can tell their stories without saying their names, of course.
Yeah.
But that'll be for the Patreon. You should let us know if you think we should do a Patreon of this podcast where we just kind of shoot the shit and talk. Let us know. If we get enough numbers for that, we'll do it. And if we don't, we'll be sad.
We won't. Yeah. Also, even though we got some, I'd like to see a little more. I feel like people are holding back. So if you got some more stories about that, definitely keep sending them because I want to compare the two. Because the 2 or 3 I got were like pretty similar in terms of like the type of situation. So I'm curious about the people who really went after that person and who they love, I feel like I want to believe that somebody would love someone so much that they don't care about the consequences, that they would just go after that person no matter what.
Come on. Let us know. Come on. It's a rainy night in NYC. And Chuck is out walking
umbrellas
the dog. Umbrellas is out. And Chuck is out there walking the dog and he spotted Louis. And Louis like, oh man, I'm just out here chilling. He go, well, come on, man. Let me walk you inside. He says he's sorry about the baby. So this is where we learn that the baby did pass away in the accident, which I guessed last episode. Because I'm like, there's no way she's having a baby.
I was like, you guessed that as soon as she got pregnant, honestly.
Yeah.
You're like, well, there's no way she's going to have the baby. I did not know. I was curious how they were going to do it. I couldn't remember. Like, I thought, like, oh, maybe it turns out, or I thought maybe it was going to be like, oh, it's Chuck's baby or something.
Yeah.
And then, or I was thinking there'll be some solution, but yeah, no, she really lost it in that accident.
She lost the baby in the accident, but Louie ain't been able to see her. She done cut Chuck out of her life. Chuck ain't seen her either. That's how they bond, because Louie ain't seen her, Chuck ain't seen her, ain't nobody seen this woman. So
she on the lam. I don't know where she at. Yeah, nobody knows where she at.
Nobody knows where she at. She out here doing some other stuff. And Gospel Girl's been off the air, so they don't know where she's at. Because after the accident, Gospel Girl
went on strike.
She went on strike.
She's on Gossip strike. which is the union. They have a union for gossip too that me and Carl are also a part of.
So Blair took the accident as a sign that she don't need to be messing with Chuck no more. That's what we learned. She been real weird with everybody. Both Chuck and Louie think she's cheating. And so the first person they're like, man, who could she be cheating with? Like, we know what she be doing. Chuck knocks on Dan's door. Knocking on Dan's door.
I was surprised. I was like, ain't no way she cheating with Dan.
I didn't believe it either.
Dan can't pull Blair.
Nah, he can't do it. I didn't believe it. I honestly didn't believe it. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. But Dan is acting weird, though. So that means that she has been floating around. She's somewhere there. And Chuck asked him, like, can you spy on Blair? Because right now you're the only person that she probably is talking to, can get access to.
Right.
I know y'all got this great friendship. But she's at the loft. And then when he protects her, he goes to her and she gives him a hug. This is how I knew that she wasn't cheating with Dan. This is how I knew that it was still just on some friendship stuff. Because when she gave him that hug was like, thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
That's exactly like when they do that hug where it's like the cheeks graze, but they don't graze too close. It's like that soft cheek graze. Yeah, I'm like, this is a friendship cheek.
Friendship cheek.
Yeah. Not the cheeks that clap. These cheeks have never clapped.
Yeah, those cheeks have never clapped. Those cheeks have only friendship grazed. So Dan acting weird. Dan goes to Serena, and they eating up Gossip Girl. They're like, Gossip Girl's out of here. Like, Serena's blog is blowing up. And
so she blogging. I was kind of confused by this. Like, I thought she said she wasn't gonna do this, but like, maybe I missed that thing.
Well, no,
like,
she went at the hospital. She was like, we gotta take Gossip Girl down.
Oh yeah. So she gonna do her thing to help put him out of business. So I guess that worked out. I guess they really did put her out.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
It worked.
That's crazy.
Whew.
So, but now she's getting all the submissions is coming to her.
But we didn't get to that part yet. We'll get to that.
Okay. That part.
That's later. That part.
Okay.
That part. So Jenny sends her love to Rufus and Lily through the phone. Sends it through the phone.
I was like, for a second I got excited. Like, is Jenny gonna be in this episode? And Jenny is gone. She's gone.
She's gone. Side note, speaking of gone, have you heard NSYNC got a new song out?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
How's that? What's it called? Is it called I'm Back?
It's called Back, Baby, You're Back. Girl, you're back. Baby girl, you're back.
NSYNC was always my favorite over Backstreet. I like NSYNC for sure.
Oh, yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, I think.
It's called Better. Is it Better Play? Is it the Trolls soundtrack?
Yeah, it's from the Trolls soundtrack.
Oh, interesting.
Baby girl, you're back. Where we at? Okay. Sorry, got caught up singing. Here we go. Okay. So Jenny sends her love. Charlie dipped out, and Lily's missing on Jenny. She missing.
Yeah,
like,
on Charlie. Yeah, she's like,
on Charlie. On Charlie. Yeah, she don't miss Jenny at all. What
happened to Charlie? She ain't say bye. I know. That is. If I was Ruth, I would have been like, so you don't care about Jenny at all, though?
Yeah, you care about your fake niece, but you don't care about my real daughter.
So Ruth, he didn't really put that together. That scene where she was like, "I'm the fraud." He just doesn't. He didn't clock that.
He didn't clock that. I thought he was gonna clock that. Jumping ahead a little bit. Yeah. I thought he was gonna clock that when they finally met homegirl at the school. But
I was surprised by that. Yeah.
But so Blair trying on her dress. Dan is there to support, and Vera Wang shows up. That's the real Vera Wang.
Oh, was that the real Vera Wang? I meant to look that up when I was watching.
Yeah, okay. That's the real Vera Wang.
Hell yeah.
And some woman catches them, and she rats to Chuck. She calls Chuck. So Chuck put out the APB on Blair.
Yeah.
He put out.
Everyone's looking. Yeah.
Everybody looking for Blair. The whole city. So this woman walked by. She's like, "You remember you?"
You know who I thought that was at first? I thought that was Poppy for a second.
Poppy.
I was
yes.
like, oh, Poppy's back. Yeah.
Poppy or who was the redhead that Serena used to work for?
I forgot her name. I can't. Yeah. Dang, that was a long time ago. That was like 10 years ago.
Poppy would have been a great guest though.
Yeah.
So Serena getting all the Gossip Girl emails, but she don't want to read them. She's like, I don't want to use this to ruin anybody's life. You know, Serena, you always ruining people's life. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's also like, she has like this idea that like it's so high, the moral high ground is just so like, I'm just like, first of all, you're hanging out with Taylor Swift at the football game. Yeah. And you're rooting for the wrong team.
Rooting for the wrong team. So Blair and Dan alluding to some situation that they in. and he lies to
Yeah.
Chuck. He gets a call. Chuck calls him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I ain't seen Blair." He lies to Chuck, and Chuck is like, "Man, you're lying to me, man. Like this is
right."
I actually really felt bad for Chuck this episode.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's because it was also when we find. I mean, we're not there yet, but I do want to talk about what the thing ended up actually being.
Yeah,
I thought it was like I was like at first I was like maybe there's something we don't know, but because I'm like they were clearly gonna be together at the last episode. It was just like, yo, let's do this. Like stop playing games. No more games.
No more games. Nate gets a text from an anonymous number, it's a blocked number that says the accident wasn't caused by the paparazzi, by the paps. And so,
right.
So that's an interesting thing right there. Like somebody hit him up and said this. Who did you think it was when you first saw this? Because when I first saw it, I thought it was Charlie, maybe.
That's one that I was.
I thought it was Ivy saying that it was Max that caused it, but she don't know Max did it.
Yeah, no, I had that. That's what I mean. I'm already at the point where I knew it was guys. I was like, this is because I had just remembered. I was like,
that one got me. I ain't gonna lie. That one got me. That was a humdinger.
So you were like, when they sent the text, you were just like, who could that be?
Who could it
maybe
be?
Pop
would
Trip maybe. I was thinking maybe Trip, like he was gonna try to threaten him, like he'd be yo, you need to find out what really happened
from a block number. But if he why would Trip is the one that made it happen? So.
I was thinking he'd be like, if you want to, I don't know, that's stupid. I knew it was Gossip Girl. I'm trying to think of some other. I was like, I can't lie to you. I knew who it was exactly.
Serena
I remember watching this episode.
Serena gives her laptop over to the suspicious boys, Louie and Chuck, because they we need to see what's going on. We need to find out, and they find out. They find what they're looking for. You go looking for something, you're gonna find it.
Absolutely, you gotta all those pictures.
Mind the business that pays you, but they went looking. So. Rufus gets a call.
Blair got these dudes running around. It's
she got
crazy.
She got them running around like crazy, both of them. And I don't even think they ain't being honest with each other. Because Chuck is like, nah, man, we had hey, I may not remember a lot, and I may have lost a ton of blood in the accident, but I remember that we was rekindling before the accident happened. So I need you to get back. I need you to get back on your job. I need you to get back to what you was doing. But
that must have made him feel crazy. Chuck, crazy.
Oh yeah,
I would have been like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah.
He had to have felt nuts after that. Mm-hmm. So, where we at here? So Lily, okay. So Rufus gets a phone call. It's from Andrew Tyler, Private Eye. Private Eyes, I'm watching you. Dun-it. Yeah. And he was. He goes, I know you're good at your job, so you're not finna tell me what's going on. Yeah. I get it. Shut your ass up. He was mad. Rufus was like,
I know. He was like, man, why you doing shit behind my back? Look, I just feel like Rufus is just like. I wonder how long they're gonna stay together. Like, I feel like this relationship is it's running out of steam.
I do feel like it is on the skids. That shit is on the damn skids, and I hate that for them too because I love Rufus.
Yeah,
but
because they don't have the family. Like everyone's doing their own thing, so it's just the two of them.
Yeah,
I feel like they're just kind of like bored with each other.
Yeah, exactly. But Private, he called and he can't tell, of course, because he's good at his job. But basically, Lily confirms, like, yeah, I did that because I'm looking for Charlie. I'm trying to figure out where she went. And it turns out she's still in New York. Charlie Rhodes is still in New York.
Yeah, like she never left.
She never left.
Right. This was crazy. This is why this was good though, good writing. Because at this point I was like, oh shit, why would she still be there? Yeah, that's what I was thinking in that moment for sure. Because I was like, she left in a haste. She left in a motherfucking haste.
She left in a haste. She snuck out of that motherfucker in that dress.
And took that dress. Yeah, that fancy ass dress. Yeah. It was like incredibly nice. Yeah.
So Nate is gonna invite the driver of the limo to the party because he's trying to get these details. He's trying to figure out. Wait a minute, who did this shit to me? Like he's trying to get the details, but he still don't know yet because it ain't to him yet. My bad, I misspoke because it ain't to him.
Yeah. He just he don't realize that was he was in the wrong limo yet.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he did realize he was in the wrong limo in the last episode. Like he was like, "Hey, we're going to the wrong address."
You know, Nate's dumbass didn't pick that up.
He probably just thought like, "Oh, maybe he ain't know."
Yeah,
maybe he got the wrong address. That's because he didn't know where Chuck and Blair were going.
Nah,
that's true. Yeah.
So he gonna invite the driver. So Serena gets. Oh, we already got that. Blair agrees to come to the party, and the boys are on the case. They trying to figure out what is popping with Blair. So that was Louis that convinced her to come to the party. So
right.
They got some shit going down.
What's this party again? Oh, this is the Spectators release party or something?
Yeah. Another release party for the Spectator. So
trash.
At the party, yeah, I know exactly. At the party, Nate's still mad at Dan over the book. He say he not. They patching up, but that's his main thing.
Yeah.
I don't think this. I don't like this story. I think he.
Yeah, I was confused why he's still on that. Yeah, like. I was like, I think maybe because they hadn't been in a scene together in a long time.
Yeah,
but I was like, that shit was a long ass time to go. Like when they wrote that book, the book had literally came out and failed. I mean, it's bad enough it already failed as a book. Yeah. It's like leave Dan alone. Like he's trying.
Leave him alone.
And he got his Spectator. He shut down Gossip Girl. Nate's in his bag right now. Get your money, player.
But he shoots
Dan,
a little.
I feel bad for Dan in this episode too.
I do too. Dan got the raw end of the stick. He was like, when that girl called, she was like, "Let me guess, black curly hair, pasty white skin."
Yeah,
like he hasn't gone out in a while.
Yeah. She was like, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, he ain't doing too well. He not killing it right now. But that's why he about to get back with. Ooh, we'll get to it.
We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that bullshit. That made me mad. But anyway, we're moving forward. I ain't gonna be too mad. But the boys trying to catch Blair and Nate. Serena don't want to believe it. She's like, I don't believe that she's sleeping with. They think she's sleeping with Dan. She's like, they're not sleeping together. It's got to be another explanation. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna go ask my best friend.
Right.
So Louis goes into Nate's office and plants a slide. He was like, they can't deny this in public.
Yeah, if it's everyone sees it. Yeah.
So Louis went in there being crazy. Messy, but he got caught by Nate's new assistant girl, who we haven't talked about. I left her out of my notes because I was like, I'm gonna remember her, but she just popped up.
I just have one joke to make about her because she was like, well, I'll make it when we get there, but. Yeah, like I guess that's his assistant, but she don't seem like that good at her job.
She was finding stuff. She was finding stuff. She just needs some more.
I'm gonna tell you this one thing that shit was funny. Like, all right, when we get to it, it was hilarious. And also she discovered my man. Like, she discovered Louis in there.
Yeah.
She's
like, excuse me, what are you doing?
Her thing.
She's doing her job. Yeah. Nate told me that I could use his computer to make some emails.
Yeah. I mean, like, why would you, Louis? That's why Louis should not be in this show. He's got to get out. Like, he's like, he can't even lie really that well. Like, I was like, of course that sounds like some bullshit. Like, why would I believe anyone? If I walked in, someone's in my office and they were like, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing in here? And they go, they told me I could use your computer. I'd be like what? No. Like, who told you that? Yeah. What the fuck? Like, get the hell out of my office.
Yeah. So Blair breaks down the whole story to Serena. Like, basically, this is where we learn that, like, after the accident, she came into the room. The doctor was like, sorry, you lost the baby. Serena was sitting there, and then she goes, where's Chuck? And then Serena goes, he lost too much blood, and he ain't woke up yet. So she goes and prays, and she was like, you already took my baby. You can't take Chuck away from me, too.
Right.
And if you, she made a vow to the Lord that if you let Chuck live, I will.
Yeah, I won't be with him.
I won't be with. I'll just marry Louis. And as soon as she said that, the nurse opened the door and was like, "Chuck's alive.
Yeah.
Your prayers worked."
Yeah, I like. You know what's so crazy about this? As a writer, I hate this. I hated that this what this was because I was like, there is no way. I didn't buy any of that.
I didn't buy any of it either.
What's funny with the irony in real life. If that happened to me in real life, I would definitely believe. Like, I would definitely do the same shit. Because I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, yeah. I mean, like that. Like, God is real as hell. Like that. Like this, he really saved him. Whatever he needed, I'm down. Yeah.
I would convert. If I had wrote this scene, I would have had the nurse come in and go, "It's a miracle. We've never seen anything like this. If you prayed to God about this, you better stick with religion, sweetheart."
Yeah.
That nurse was Gossip Girl, by the way. That nurse was Gossip Girl.
Absolutely, it was. Yeah.
She was like, I should know. I'm Gossip Girl.
Yeah, and I am also an angel. The real Gossip Girl is God. So that's the truth.
Yeah. So Dan has been. This is when we find out Dan has been going to church with her.
That's what they was doing in that building.
Yeah.
For a second, I did like for a tiny second, I was like, maybe they are smashing.
I thought so too. But that's what Dan was doing. He just being there for. She's been going to church. She ain't been creeping. So trying to fight her feelings for Chuck, that's what she's doing. That's why she's going to church. So they catch Louis and put Dan on the spot. Dan lies. And as soon as Dan is about to have to tell the truth, Serena walks in and goes, me and Dan been dating. And I go, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like, this is craziness.
That's the excuse? That's the excuse y'all finna use? Are you kidding me?
I was surprised I knew Chuck wouldn't believe that, but I was surprised Louis fell for that. Like, I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with Blair?
Man, that was so damn stupid. That was the dumbest thing I ever seen, bro.
But you know why they doing that, you know. We'll see. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah,
it's stupid. But I'm just not ready to see them be cutesy again and do the will they won't they and like, oh, thank you for saving me. I guess we got to kiss at midnight. Oh
yeah, it was a little wild. Even though I was like, it just feels like Dan only is with Serena. This is how you know she's bad for him.
Yeah,
because he only gets with Serena when he's down bad. Like whenever he's not doing well, that's when Serena comes. And then whenever he's doing well, he's not with Serena.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to like take that. I need to think about that for my own life too.
True. So look at this. I mean, I think we all need to think about that shit. But turns out, so they go to Juilliard because Charlie Rhodes is enrolled at Juilliard. So
this is crazy. So Michelle, get your bell ready.
Get the ring ding dong to keep their heads ringing ready, because this is where it is. So they get there, and they go, Charlie Rhodes, and a girl turns around, and it's not Ivy, and it's
somebody else.
It's the real Charlie Rhodes, or is it? I think it's the real Charlie Rhodes. But
it was crazy. I was like, yo. Well, first of all, because I was like, hold up. But it made. I was like, why would she be in New York still and do Juilliard? But I'm not sure. I wasn't really sure yet because that's when I was thought Rufus would be like,
wait a minute,
be like, oh, wait a minute, something's off here. But
you know,
but it is a common enough name that I was like, maybe it is just another girl named Charlie, and they should just give up.
But then also like we know like this one kind of was telegraphed a little bit. I don't know if we were supposed to know it, but I definitely realized it from the beginning that's the real Charlie.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I was like same thing, and then when they did that little reveal at the end, I was like, it felt like I was like, oh well, isn't that obvious?
Yeah, it was anticlimactic. I'm like, of course that's the real Charlie. Rose. Also, what a dumb plot by Carol to have this in New York. Like, that was stupid. That was stupid on Carol's behalf too.
That was stupid, and also like, but also I can't talk about this. Come and spoil something.
Don't. But, I think right now it's probably gonna be a lot of the time where I'm talking to myself more than anything. I feel like it's a lot.
I can't talk about this anymore because now I like pretty much know everything that's happening.
Yeah, we get into the part that you remember more probably.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of me. I'm gonna have to start doing this podcast by myself. But
and you just call me like when you have questions. I'll just be at home and then just call me from the phone.
So I think that's a dumb plot by Carol. But Blair is converting to Catholicism. That's what we learned because of the whole miracle on 73rd Street, 34th Street. And so the driver the driver shows up and he says, "Thank you for inviting me."
I love that his arm was all fucked up. He's like, "Don't nobody care what happened to me."
Nobody cares. But thank you for inviting me to your party. My brakes had no pressure. The brakes were cut. And then the assistant is like, They both like, So now you got to get the driver's records and everything.
This is the part I was going to talk about, the assistant, where he was sitting there, he was like, wait, the brakes were cut. Oh, wait, no, this ain't that part yet. Is this the part when he finds out this wasn't the car?
Nah, that's a different part. I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't wait to get there. So Chuck says when he finds out the real secret, he goes, I know you're lying to me. I know you're not back with Serena. I know you're lying to me. Like, I know something is going on, and when I find out, you're going to pay. And I'm just like, don't tell him.
Chuck I feel like evil Chuck is coming back. Yeah. Evil Chuck is coming back. Because he's spinning her all around. He's spinning her all around. So this is crazy. Yeah. And then, but because it doesn't explain why Blair's not talking to him.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't explain it. And he knows that. He's not stupid. So Dan and Serena kiss at midnight. So do Chuck and Louie. I mean, Chuck and Louie. I now pronounce you Chuck and Louie. So do Chuck and Blair. I mean, Blair and Louie. God damn, too many names. We learned too many names.
They kissed. That kiss was kind of weak, though. I feel like they don't. That feels like it's fizzling out.
Yeah, that relationship's got to be over.
But Serena, what do you think? Is this a humdinger? It did feel like Serena was catching a little feelings.
Of course she is, because she almost lost Dan to Blair. She don't want that.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
That's so selfish.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Of course she like,
it's so funny, like the
man.
archetype that, like, I really do want to, I hope we get to talk to Stephanie, because I'm like, the archetype they created with Serena is like so resonating. It's like I understand who this person is completely, but like she's just so self-involved. It's ridiculous. Okay.
Like, thank you to my man. So here we go. Serena gonna read the emails. She's like, fine, I'm gonna be gospel girl. She gonna start posting the shit because she's like,
yeah.
But then Andrew Tyler, Lily said, Andrew Tyler found the wrong Charlie, and I'm gonna tell him to stop looking for the right one. And I go, all right, now Charlie's getting let off the hook again. Like, let this man stay on the case. Like,
yeah, you're gonna find, because I was surprised Andrew ain't, like, he did his job really, because he was like, oh, I just found Charlie Rose. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, if he keep looking, he's got to figure out that he'll figure out what the real shit is. So
exactly.
But yeah. So Andrew Tyler's, they let him off the hook, but he got more work to do.
Way more work. Yeah. That shit was annoying.
Charlie Bucket, Ivy, she's in the win. She's in the win right now. We don't know where she is.
So Blair goes to Chuck's house again, and Chuck is like, I've been waiting for you, goddammit. Where you been at? And she goes, I didn't come here to confess my love. I came here to let you know I'm converting to Catholicism, and I'm never gonna talk to you again. But please keep being a good person. You keep being a good person. He's like, Blair, just tell me what the hell is going on. I can't tell
I know.
I can't tell you.
This scene drove me crazy. I was like, why the fuck did you even do that? Like, why did you even come back to his house like that?
It drove me insane. I was like, this is ridiculous, man. Tell him.
It
like,
was funny though, going back real quick, Carl, was when she looked out the window and saw the taxi cab almost hit him.
Yeah,
she was like, "Oh shit, shit is real."
I really gotta convert. She was having a divine intervention this whole episode. Here we go again. Serena and Dan gonna eat candy. Just go home, Dan. Jeez.
I thought that was it. She was like, "Yeah, we could eat candy together." It's like, yeah, I don't mind that at all. Like, I only been tossed around all day by these two women.
Exactly.
It's like ridiculous. Like,
Blair says she's sure that she can't be with Chuck. Like, she's like, I'm sure I got to be with Louis, and it's gonna keep Chuck alive. Man, imagine thinking that's what's keeping Chuck alive.
I know, like that's so insane logic, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. I guess they needed something. Like, they just had to keep them apart still. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But because I'm like, it's so clear that it's like let them get it in.
Let them do it. Let them do it. So it's the real Charlie Rhodes. She please stood up. Will the real Charlie Rhodes please stand up? Well, she stood up.
She stood up.
We find out. She takes out her ID.
What do you think? Who you like better? You like new Charlie or old Charlie? Because
I gotta get to know.
Deal.
I gotta get to know new Charlie first.
She seemed a little cool though. She seemed cool. Like she got talent.
She seemed cool, but I gotta get to know her a little bit more first.
Okay.
But, we gonna see. I like the old Charlie.
We gonna see.
Yeah. I got high hopes for you, Charlie. We gonna see. Nate finds out the car was meant for him, and his assistant just walks away.
Yeah. I was so glad you saw that. That's what I was trying to bring up. Yeah, like I was like, why does it almost like I had two theories. I was like, one, she was like, this is awkward. I'm about to get out of here. Yeah. And then the second theory was like, I ain't finna get killed. Like, in my mind, I just imagined she just like walked out of the building and decided like not to work for him anymore.
Like, this is above my pay.
Like somebody trying to kill you.
Somebody trying to kill you, bro, and I'm not trying to be a part of that. This is above.
I thought that was so funny. She was like, "Okay, I'm out of here."
She was like, "So
wait, somebody was trying to kill me."
Somebody trying to kill you? Oh my God! Hey, there's a lot more leftover quiches. Can I take them home?
Yeah. You mind if I grab? Yeah, actually, they didn't eat any of these bottles of champagne. I was gonna take some to my grandma's house.
Yeah, I was gonna make
some cider.
I was gonna take some champagne, and there's like a bunch of food left. The guest list, like that you didn't have enough people here. It was a New Year's party. It's New Year's Eve. That's what the party was. It was a spectator New Year's Eve party.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't a release party. But yeah, she was probably like, it's a new year, it's a new day. I should not react to this person's
she's like,
traumatic thing that's happening.
I said I wasn't going to drink in 2012, but there's so much champagne left over, and I just want to take some home. Is that okay?
Yeah. I can't believe that. I gotta know what happened there. I feel like the director was like, get her out of the scene. Like somebody was like over the director's shoulder, like she shouldn't be in the scene right now. Be in the scene.
So he finds that out. He texts the number back, and the number goes. He goes, "Can you help me?" And the number goes, "We can help each other." XOXO, Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl. That's a humdinger. I was like, ring-a-ding-ding-ding dong. Keep your heads ringing. Yeah. Gossip Girl is back, baby. But she's used. I see what's happening. She's like, my way back is through Nate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make. She really is like on the outs. Like, what the fuck? Shit's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild shit.
I feel bad.
What'd you think of this episode?
It was okay. I think the first half threw me off just because I was spending the whole first half trying to figure out if this is a dream or did I miss an episode. So it loses some points for that. But I would say it's solid. I would give it a 3 XOXOs.
3. All right. So that's
just
XOXO.
XOXO.
All right. I'm gonna give it. I enjoyed some parts of it. I didn't like the religious. Storyline. I don't want that to be real, and I also know that Chuck is probably racking his brain right now, going insane. And I just feel like that's unfair.
I think it's hard for me to buy it because I'm like, even if she told Chuck, I still would as Chuck, I would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm triggered by bad communication. So I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 3.2. So that's
okay.
XOXO. Ring ding dong.
All right, it's time for the news, and it's big news, okay?
Yeah.
So check this out. Tupac's murderer, one of the murderers of Tupac got arrested this weekend. Keefe D. So I have a lot of theories about this. Me and Carl talked about it all weekend. I also have another theory about this real quick before I get into my theory. I was going to ask both of y'all, who do you think on our show is going to get arrested for something down the line that they did in the show? That's my question.
Charlie Bucket.
Oh yeah. I think Charlie. I think who else did some illegal shit? I think Chuck got some cases out. I don't know. We'll see. But what I realized from this story, man, you commit the crime, you might have to do the time. I was thinking, we were talking about the conspiracy theory. I also think this might have something to do with the Biggie murder. Because I was like, oh, maybe this is just a side storyline in the attempt to figure out who killed Biggie. You know what I mean? And it's like all these players are like being, all the stories are unraveling, because that's the one that I think it has the most momentum in terms of like his mom, like Biggie's mom and stuff, are really like trying to figure out who did that. And that's gonna be big. No pun intended. I'm on fire. Okay. The other thing that's going on is John Kelly. So I don't know if y'all know who John Kelly is, but he was a former chief of staff of President Trump. And he said today, and he this is a Republican saying this, who used to work for Trump. He says we're pretty much at a point where Trump is going to get the nomination. And he, and I quote, has said, Trump is very likely to be our next president. God help us all. And I was like, I don't even know what my question was going to be. I just wanted to tell you that that's happening. But I don't know. He's on his way. But I didn't have a question. I was just really rattled by that.
I'll just say Jack Bass just to say it.
Oh yeah, Jack Bass, because Jack Bass, and we still don't know what happened with Jack and Homegirl.
No, but Chuck needed a blood transfusion. Is another thing that I predicted.
What do you think it is? Just so I hear, so I know for the next episode. What do you think? Who do you think gave him blood?
I think Jack gave him blood, or no, I think Elizabeth Hurley gave him blood, because I think she's his mom.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about that next week.
All right.
Or in a couple days.
Yeah.
That's it for me. That's the news, baby. Let's go.
News. That's some good news. That's talking good news right there. Good news.
Yeah.
Good
news. The Lord has given us good news, and we must spread it all.
Good news. That's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of XOXO Gossip King. Stick with us. We getting some good stuff in here. In here. It's happening. Stuff is going down. We got 2 more of these. We got 1 more of these on the Zoom, and then we'll be back for a while. And then, we appreciate y'all. Yeah. Send us your stories.
Yeah.
Send us your stories. Remember the prompt.
Keep sending us some more. Yeah, send us some more. And also tell us if has anyone ever told you that you ruined their life?
yeah, let us know that. If anybody's
that is such a dramatic thing to say to somebody. Like, imagine saying that to somebody. Yeah.
And also tell us what you did.
Yeah. I want to know what it takes to do that to somebody. All right.
But, yeah. Alrighty. We'll see y'all next time.
I guess we'll just end it.
We'll end it here. We're not in the studio. We'll end it here. Have a good night, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
That was a Headgum podcast.